Hi, this is Jackie.
Hi, this is Diana.
And you're listening to Home Bodies Only, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect series that are on HBO. And we are talking about Abbott Elementary, Season 1, Episodes 6 and 7. 6 is Gifted Program, and 7 is Art Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gifted Program. Starts off basically, there's Janine's trying to figure out what to do, like with the smart kid that finishes early. So she's having her sharpen pencils, and she has her grading tests or something,
correcting papers.
Yeah. Also, there's Malcolm as a new student from a private school that was for gifted kids. Mm-hmm. He's there, all of this is coming together. Ava's walking him through the hallway. She's like, "Come on, smart kid coming through. Don't look at him with your regular IQs." So bad. Okay, it's so bad. Yeah.
But great for TV. Bad.
I have to tell you, her name is Janelle James, and she was the winner of Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for this show through the NAACP Image Awards. That was this past Saturday, right? Yeah, February 25th. Mm-hmm. That's the cool thing about us doing a show that's already been on. They're winning all these awards, by the way. Again, we start doing a podcast about a show, and boom, they're winning awards. I don't know how this happens.
It's kind of a magic formula we have going. Yeah.
Maybe only 20 people listened, but it's the right 20. That's all I have to say.
That's right.
Speaking of listeners, we did get another review on Apple Podcasts.
That wonderful person.
I am sorry that I didn't give a shout out earlier because the review was done on February 16th, but I just haven't bothered even looking because it's been a while since we went from like 13 ratings to 14. So that was nice. Mm-hmm. And then I actually don't know how many reviews we've had. We haven't had a lot, but they've all been
a handful.
Yeah, we've had a handful, and I really appreciate. Mm-hmm. We really appreciate that a lot. It really means a lot, especially her name's. I'm sure I can say her name because it's there. Maggie. Maybe I won't say the last name. I mean, it's there. You can see it, but she said it's like listening to her friends. And that's what I want. It's
like hanging out with your friends.
That's what I hope you get out of that. Not too stressful.
And shout out. And we appreciate you listening.
Definitely.
And we hope you
keep listening.
Continue to do so.
Share it with your friends.
This is a fun one to talk about with your girlfriends.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay. Janine proposes a gifted program.
Is this before or after she is using potatoes?
The first scene is the potatoes. I did glaze over the potatoes. I mean, I thought it was funny, but not glaze over.
It was funny, but I was.
She uses the potatoes from the kitchen for her manipulatives, basically. And
typically we would use little bear counters or perhaps little cubes.
She could have used rocks.
I don't know.
I mean, she could have used anything. She didn't have to go and get potatoes,
crayons, something literally in your desk.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Yeah,
for all purposes, just go ahead and use the lunch.
And there's your family is coming up in this because that guy from the kitchen's name is Devin.
Yeah,
and that's your child's name, and also the custodian's name is Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
I forgot his I don't know.
There's definitely a tie.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to tell you, but there's a tie.
Could you get more listeners? There's a tie.
Yeah, I'm working on that too. Thanks. Yeah, they're all family anyway.
Okay. Ava says there's money. They can't touch it. She's like, believe me, I tried.
We know you did.
I can't. But basically, there's no one to teach it. Now, I was in something called TAG. It was called Talented and Gifted. And I would get, it was an elementary school. I know. I would get pulled out. And I loved it. I felt like forever. Yeah. So I don't really know how long we got pulled out for, but we did a fashion show and they videotaped us. There wasn't a lot of us. There was, I don't know, a handful. I loved it. And at the time I didn't think much of it. But it is kind of, I don't know. I see both sides of it because if you need to challenge students who are having difficulty and give them more support, you should also challenge the ones that are excelling.
Excelling?
Yeah.
Technically. Yeah.
Right. So
you'd be right.
I don't know. I don't know what the right answer
I
is.
don't remember. I think they called it gifted and talented.
It's usually those talented is in there with gifted.
Yeah,
I don't know
gifted
why.
and talented. I feel like there was. I went to a Catholic school for most of elementary, and I could have swore there was
something.
Here I am talking about Catholic school, and I could have swore.
Oh, you're in big trouble.
I'm almost. I don't know if it was then or when I transitioned to public school, and there was a gifted and talented. Like a flyer went home with like information. I don't think I was invited.
Oh, but then why would a flyer go home anyway?
Maybe I was invited, and
your mom. Maybe your mom was like, She's not gifted.
Yeah, right. This one,
you sent it to the wrong house.
Are you sure this isn't for her sister, Dawn? This one over here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Gary. Oh, now we go to Gary. Gary, the vending machine supplier. I don't know what to call him. I think he owns the company. So
yes, he does.
He's crushing on Melissa. Yeah. Oh, and I just wanted. I wonder if I can play. Okay, I want to play this video from Twitter of the actress Lisa Ann Walters talking about the love between, it's like a love letter between her and Sheryl Lee Ralph. She's being interviewed by Essence in this video, but now I hate when things start and you're not even playing it yet. Hold on.
The 80s, late 70s.
All right. I think I could play it because it's, I don't know how it's going to sound though. So you tell me how it sounds.
That's all right. That was loud.
Yes.
Just for the record.
Because of course, as soon as I touch it, here, I'm going to go back.
If you saw this tweet where someone was like, what are they feeding them on the set of Abbott? And they had you and Sheryl, and they were like, the bodies. You know what? Thank you. Thank you, America. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Black Twitter. Thank you. I'm going to be honest with you, all right? When I was growing up as a young girl in the 80s, late 70s, 80s, white girls were not supposed to have meat. We're not supposed to have booty. We're not supposed to have any of it. And as a Sicilian girl who was blessed with coolie that people are paying for now, I was taught that I didn't look like a Charlie's Angel, so I had to be self-loathing. One of the things that she has done for me, besides become a beautiful, dear friend, and besides be a great castmate, and we feed each other with our acting, is she has said to me, I will not allow any of that negative talk. I know you're making jokes, but I'm not having it anymore. You are beautiful, and this is what it is, and you will own it, and you will love it. And I have stopped making those comments. It's huge. It is huge. She is. I know. I'm like.
Oh, I think she's tearing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't make me cry."
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's really important.
Aw.
I know, and I was like, I want to
so
play
sweet.
it because I can't quote. Anyway, I thought that was really cool and sweet.
And I think she's very, very
beautiful.
very beautiful.
Yeah.
And attractive. And yeah, they're like playing. Is this when she was wearing like the pink sweater with the black like pleather leggings?
I don't know.
The scene?
I don't remember.
I was vibing on that. I was liking the vibe.
She throws on some pleather leggings, and I have worn them to school before.
She totally
once.
rocks.
I wore them once.
Yeah.
Of course, I got a comment by the person who dresses like an Amish person, but that's okay. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
on the way to school when you were getting your coffee.
She doesn't listen to
Cumberland.
She knows, and if she does listen, she knows. It's the truth. It's a fact. It's not opinion. Okay, Barbara.
I love when people call us out on our outfits. It's hysterical. Like people that have no business.
No business. No business. None. Okay. Barbara tells her to ask him out. Melissa says, no men in uniform. Because her ex was a fireman, I think.
Yes.
Janine, I'm skipping around, whatever. Janine proposes that Jacob teaches the gifted program. Apparently he seems to have a lot of time in his hands. I don't know, during his prep periods.
Yeah, apparently he's not teaching 5 classes.
I don't know.
Whatever the contract
says.
He's
going to do it during his planning, I think, or
time.
something like that. I think that's what she says, whatever she calls it.
Yeah.
Ava agrees, wants to show up her sorority sisters who brag about how smart their children are, like their actual children. So then Melissa ends up asking out Gary, and he's like, I'm going to take you to Dave and Buster's. She's like, no. Like, what? Come on, dude.
Yeah, no, never mind.
That's a kid's place. Okay.
Dave and Buster's.
Come on now.
I took my kids there 2 weeks ago. Oh,
where is that? By us? There is one by us?
It's in It's in Albany. And did I tell you the story about how when we came home, Matt was like, "Oh, so we went to Dave and Buster's at the Albany Mall up here?"
Oh, I remember you went to Crossgates and the whole thing on the news.
Yeah, we went to, right? They were like, Matt's like, "I'll take the kids. We'll go to the Dave and Buster's. You go shop." I'm like, "All right." So I went to Zara. I went to all these stores that we don't have, whatever, Aerie or whatever the heck. And we get some lunch. I get a Starbucks, the whole thing, right? And we drive home. And we're like putting laundry away. And he randomly goes, "So I just read a story.
You told me
like was found dead in the mall in the morning before it opened. An hour at 9 a.m. This poor man's body was found in the food court." Do
you know the follow-up? Like what happened? Do you know? You got any follow-up stories?
You know what's funny?
You put it on your map.
Follow-up, but we were there at 10 o'clock and had lunch down at the
food court,
Popeyes or whatever. Sitting in the food court at noon, 3 hours after.
Did it smell like bleach?
Oh my God. I was like,
was there a strong smell of bleach?
It was very clean.
Okay.
There was a lot of custodial action happening.
Oh my God.
Well, I think in general there, I haven't been to a mall.
Well, I was going to say, this is probably the first time you've been to the mall in how many years because of COVID and everything?
Years, right? I mean, we had taken them a few, I don't know, like a month ago to the smaller one. And it was like, this is a mall. And Matt's like, "Let's take them to the big one." I'm like, and they're like in awe of this
because they're not
concept,
used to that. Yeah.
Right. We get home. I go to Matt. I go, "All right, that's great. we're taking a break from the whole mall family trip. I'm all set."
Well, what's the chances of it happening again?
I don't know how.
Come on.
Seriously. But like, how did he have a heart? Like, what do you mean?
Can Matt do a Google follow-up on that or something? Tell Matt. Get him on it. Because now that Matt's actually watching Abbott Elementary, he is watching. He's actually did he listen to the podcast yet?
He only watched 2 episodes, I think, or he's on the second one.
Okay, so he can listen to the pilot.
So here, Matt, if you get this message, Matt, make sure you follow up on that story.
Then we can report on it. Maybe he can come on as a guest and tell us what happened with the follow-up.
Yeah.
Okay. See, there's all these connections here. Dave and Buster's. I know.
All these connections. I wrote this on my card, like on my post-it here.
Yeah.
Totally. Anyway.
Jacob has chickens as part of the gifted program, and Janine wants chickens too. So Melissa gets the quote-unquote chicken eggs for her. Let's just jump to it. They end up being snakes, apparently endangered ones, because Melissa mixed up. You're supposed to contact chicken for snakes and snake for chickens.
Yeah. I don't know how she mixed that up.
Yeah. And then I really don't have a lot of notes for this episode. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
then they propose doing an ungifted program, calling it, where each kid gets like a chance to do something special every other week. And then what?
The regifted, when they called it regifted.
Oh, I thought they called it ungifted. They had it. I had ungifted. They also said regifted.
Something else. Yeah, they called it regifted. And then they said something. They who was talking about the the Howard Gardner
Greg.
Stuff? Was it?
Oh, I think okay. I have that.
He was like, "Oh," and
I have a few things before that though. So Ava, is it Malcolm helping?
Malcolm's basically her
assistant, and he's like, "What do you do here?" That was kind of funny. Barbara's husband comes in for lunch. They have a really beautiful great relationship. And Melissa's like, "This is what I want," and I'm not, I'm like done. That's what I want. Blah blah blah. Oh, and then what? Oh, I just thought this was funny in the vending machine. Janine's like, "I really want to get some Gushers." So funny. We just got Gushers yesterday. Donovan. Oh my God,
they make those still?
Yeah, they're in Aldi.
Stop it.
And he pointed them out. He's like, "I really want some. I want to try these." Yeah,
those are so gross.
All the candies are gross. I mean, not all the candies.
The Dunkaroos, for the record, the Dunkaroos made a comeback. And
I'm not your age group. We didn't have those, and I heard they were. No, I'm just saying I never knew what they were.
But you had Gushers?
No,
they were like the same years.
No, we did not have Gushers. No. I knew of them, but I just think it's funny that he just yesterday, randomly was like, "Hey," I was probably because the box is yellow and bright. But anyway, so it's funny. She's like,
"Let me know what happens with those."
Oh, he loved them. And he ate them, and then he had them. He brought them for his treat at lunchtime today.
Was there a lot of red dye in those?
No, they literally look like the quote unquote fruit snacks, except there's a little stuff in. Yeah. There's stuff like that.
What is the point of a fruit snack?
They're not. It's called gummies. That? It's called candy gummies, basically. I don't know why they try to put. I said that to Don, and I was like, fruit. That's his treat, though. That's not his snack. Fruit. That's his dessert.
Instead of chocolate,
he was having that
like a dessert. Yeah.
Anyway,
didn't they want Snackwells too?
Oh, I had that at the end. I was like, they don't even make Snackwells anymore.
Right?
They do not make Snackwells.
I remember.
My mom.
I remember when those were such. Oh,
we had every flavor,
food.
And you're like, they're good, okay, because they're fat free, like or whatever it was.
They're fat free, and they caused all kinds of gastrointestinal stomach problems for people. I mean, no wonder they were banned. But I remember, I mean, those got like, I mean, they were down on the prices, right? As like
they're everywhere.
You get everywhere to guess the price. They were in the vending machine. Remember on the Prices Right where you had to like play the game and right? Snackwells were always on there.
It was so funny when she said it. Always. I was like, am I remembering the right thing?
The devil's food one. Oh, they were so good.
I just keep remembering certain cookies.
You eat a whole box because
they're
like,
fat free. They're fat free. They're like water. Yeah.
As much as water.
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
this is what. Yeah. I have these. Oh, so the Gushers. She's like, oh, I really hope you get Gushers. And she's like, what are you, 25? And then she's like, and 3/4.
And 3/4.
This is the part. Greg points out the problem with gifted programs and talks about multiple intelligences. I was like, Janine had to have learned about multiple intelligences. She did. I mean, she acted like she didn't know what he was talking about. She was like, oh, I'm like, no, you learn this. You learn this when you study to work in education.
I think he made up
some. Oh, he did. He's like the nature, there was, intelligence, and
no, nature is one of them.
But the way he
okay. Yes, I think it's like naturalistic.
Oh,
okay,
or something. Okay, yeah. Right? But there was another one that was funky.
Something. He made up one that was like really. It was like his 9th or something.
And then,
but I think there's something about like music and nature and body.
Okay. I didn't know there was a nature one. The way he worded it, I was like, what? Yeah, of course. Public education though was not great with the multiple intelligences. That's all I'm going to say.
No, we learned it in.
No. I mean like in public school, I don't think they really cater to the multiple intelligences.
Right. No.
Not going to get
woo! Let's not get you fired up tonight.
Anyway,
the agenda.
Melissa. Oh, there's 6 snakes, by the way, and there were 8 eggs, so that's like thrown in there. Melissa calls her ex for dating advice, and I was like, why does she have it on speakerphone? It's like, it's for the show because it's a documentary too.
They would do that on The Office. Too.
Yeah, I know. But they
would do the same.
That was interesting because they sound like they still are like have obviously a thing for each other or whatever.
I think that's great when you can get to that place to be friends.
She asks Gary out again, and he suggests the restaurant where the ex-husband proposed they get divorced. So, I have Snackwells next. Snackwells, are they still around? Malcolm, this is the part. Malcolm says that Ava doesn't do anything. And then the snakes were in Jacob's bag, of course, which I'm sure.
Wait, isn't he like, what is it? What do you do?
Yeah, he's like, what do you do? She's like, I'm the principal.
Do you know what I immediately thought of?
Some people who in our district
that you do here. No. Well, yeah, but remember Office Space?
Yes.
Did we talk about this?
No, but we've mentioned Office Space before, but I haven't seen it in so long. I have to rewatch it. But isn't it the guy who's like my red the stapler?
The meeting with the Bobs.
Oh, the meeting with the Bobs.
The meeting with the Bobs. The Bobs would be like, so what is it that you do here?
And he's like, I do the TPS reports. TPS reports.
I haven't seen it in a while.
It's called TPS. I think it's called TPS. Did you finish the TPS reports?
Did you get the TPS?
Yeah, because he has to like do them over the weekend. You got to finish the TPS reports over the weekend.
You got to get the TPS.
And then the guy who actually doesn't work there anymore, and he's the one that is looking for his stapler.
Oh,
and he actually didn't work there anymore. They just kept like moving him.
He burned the place down.
That's a really good movie. I have to see that again.
It's such a good movie.
Okay. And then the custodian, Mr. Johnson says something about a gifted custodial program. He says that's another intelligence. I'd say you'd be part of that one.
There you go.
Because you're really good at cleaning.
Totally don't.
Yeah.
It took everything not to sweep the faculty room again today. I was cleaning the counters off. I can't help myself. I'm going to sweep it tomorrow. I have to. There's like
in the faculty room,
and like, the fact that people eat their
we
like,
talked about this.
It's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe they're really building up their immune systems, or not.
Yeah. Anyway.
What does he say? He says some people see a custodial gene. No, what did he say? He reverses it. He's like, some people see a custodial genius. Darn it. And then he goes, I see a genius custodian or something. Whatever. I probably messed it up, but he reverses it. All right. Art teacher. There's a woman, quote unquote, retiring. No one knows her name except for Janine.
That's great.
And the
lyrics are this like elaborate cake. That's, like, so personalized.
Yep. And she doesn't know Janine's name, of course. Sahar is the new she was a volunteer art teacher, by the way, and she was retiring, quote unquote. I didn't know they would do that.
Yeah, they didn't have money to hire an art teacher and art on the cart teachers. So bad. They just have volunteers. It's terrible.
So Sahar is the new one, and she's a friend from college, and then they're like making fun of Janine for not being cool, and they're like, plums aren't the coolest fruit. I was like, what?
Oh, when they showed the picture of her,
she's like, I know, Anyway, and then what's her name? Ava is just getting all into Sahar. She's like, she's pulling off overalls. Not many can pull off overalls. She was very serious about it.
Yeah.
Barbara and Jacob decide to start a garden because the food in the cafeteria doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
And Greg, wait a second. I was going to say our menu seems to be getting healthier. Like I pointed out, there's going to be a Buddha bowl later this month. I was very excited.
Our menu,
and they use things
I've gotten the food
from our garden. We have a garden. Yes, there's a party going on right here. Should I put my dryer on?
Is that your
house?
No,
that's not my
mine?
house.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry for that, folks.
It's all right. So our menu's getting healthier, and we do use a garden. We have a garden. We actually have a greenhouse and a garden, and they do get things from the garden and they put it on the lunch menu. I mean, not every single week, but it's pretty cool. They put stuff on from our garden.
Yeah. Remember Bob?
Oh yeah, Chef Bob,
our lunch guy.
Yeah.
Chef Bob
he stopped by last week.
Bob.
To see, well, really wasn't to see us. It was to see one of our teachers. That's his daughter-in-law. You know that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was seeing her.
Yeah. But like we had our
t-shirts.
He had we had a whole thing. In Abbott Elementary, Devin, the lunch.
He has his
guy?
Apron.
Didn't he have like a broccoli?
No, it was
apron
a tomato.
Immediately, I thought of broccoli Bob.
Oh, a tomato.
Okay.
Unless there was a broccoli one day, but I know there was a tomato the one time.
Dude, I missed it. Broccoli Bob. He used to make like the best like soups.
He actually added like his own thing
on
to
Friday.
It.
He had his own thing for like faculty, and we all used to get lunch. Now, barely anybody gets lunch now.
Yeah,
once in a while I do.
Yeah, I miss those days. Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Their garden does grow because Greg is secretly helping them, even though he hates gardening because he was forced to do it because his father had a landscaping business. I wish I quoted him. He says something. He's like talking about them messing up the pH level, and he's like, "Brah."
Wasn't having it.
No,
wasn't having it.
Peter Rabbit project. Roger Rabbit. That's what I was thinking about.
Roger Rabbit. Yeah, another great film.
And dance. Melissa bought new books with her own money. New Peter Rabbit books. So basically, she's been doing this project for 15 years. She reads them Peter Rabbit. They make rabbits out of styrofoam plates. She's like, I know it's bad for the environment, but that's the only thing that floats across a hot tub. with cocktail wieners on
It's
it.
a
Is that
good
what
point.
she says? Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, listen, that's
very true.
You can't deny that. That's for sure.
Sahar suggests a more relevant story. She wants to elevate it and want to dive deeper into the metaphors. She wants to do an installation, but she also said, yes, you can do the plates, not paper, styrofoam plates. So basically the installation, she uses pages from Melissa's books. I knew there was going to be something. I was like, how did she get them? How did she get them? Did she steal them out of her room? Yeah. Like what? Pretty much. And basically Janine kicks her out. This whole thing.
They have like a full out, like, I liked the scene of Janine standing up to her. She was
jerk.
Like, again,
she's a poser.
Here we are. Janine's with her friend, quote unquote, that's completely taking advantage of her, just boyfriend. Like her
she gets boyfriend. Taken advantage of.
Come on, Janine.
Come on. Stand up. Let's go.
For yourself. You deserve better.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And Sahar's name is really Sarah. Okay.
Yeah.
They grow a zucchini and it's super tiny. Devin,
but so proud of them,
throws it out.
Devin's
a real jerk. Sorry. Devin acts like a real jerk in this episode. I don't care how stressed out you are. You're being so rude and you're wasting food. Not necessarily with the baby zucchini, but you could have said, are you kidding me? This is too tiny. But he's so angry. He's very angry.
Yeah.
He's like, we don't have time to prepare them. He's like really just like, forget it. Excuse me. The best part. Sorry. He's like, and she says, oh, your food, they're complimenting him about the food. And he gives her the chicken nugget. And he's like, she's like, a tater tot. He's like, no, it's chicken nugget. That was funny. I thought they were chicken nuggets. They look like it, but apparently didn't taste like it.
Is this what they gave him? Like he went home?
Yeah, that's the next. Yeah, trays? He makes some zucchini trays. He gets the zucchini from the market.
The market, right? Yeah. Stays up all night.
And then Devin dumps it. Now that part I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that would have happened.
Okay.
That was such a waste of food. Like, I'm not saying he would have taken it and been like, oh, yes, I'll use this. And maybe there are rules. I don't know. But to take that huge tray of food and dump, that's really harsh. Like, really harsh.
Yeah.
And I wish that Barbara
and I don't think
was a little ruder to him because to like put him in his place a little bit. But anyway. Yeah. Ava calls Janine Carlton. Did you catch this?
Oh, I was like, she was like, not you, Carlton. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. I wrote down my favorite.
Wait. For those of you who don't know, she is talking about Carlton for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So if you don't know who that is, go Google it. I'm sure you do. But I just
man, not you, Carlton. I was like,
when she asked the opinion on the pants. That's it. I'm sorry. Ava's looking up these pants to buy, and she's like, "What do you think of these?" She's like, "Oh yeah," and she's like, "Not you, Carlton." Sorry. What's another good quote?
I hope today sparkles.
Shimmers.
For you.
It was shimmers.
Oh,
it was shimmers. Sparkles. It was definitely shimmers. It was definitely shimmers. Because I read it on the screen.
I have to get a replay.
You got to put on the captions. It helps. Not because you didn't understand what they said, but it sticks in your head better.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was shimmers.
You know what? I'm going to start saying that. I hope today sparkles for you. And shimmers. I hope it's everything and more.
I hope it shimmers so much that you're blinded by the light.
And I'm totally going to use it in a sarcastic way when I'm like, I really can't stand the moment or the person.
I hope today sparkles for you.
To end the conversation.
You got to kill them with kindness, you know?
Shimmers and sparkles. Yeah, that's me.
Janine sold the art installation. Like that part was kind of dopey. I thought I love that. A little bit dopey.
Yeah, but to buy the
I know, but she dressed up like her, and like you just invite these people to come into the library, and like I don't know,
they weren't scanned in or anything.
And then Greg's the last line is, "I hate gardening so much." Greg's line.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so a couple other. I think it was Ava somewhere in the beginning or middle. what was she talking about with gym teachers? She goes, their voices never match their faces.
I wish I put that down.
I can't remember but I wrote down gym teachers. Their voices never match their face.
It's so weird.
And somebody called out, somebody was like, called so-and-so, like somebody Caillou.
Yes, they called Jacob Caillou. Devin did. He'd be quiet Caillou or something. Then he called him Caillou. I know. One of the most annoying cartoons I've ever watched in my life.
Good quotes. Oh God. I mean, there's a whole like
movement against it.
There's a whole like movement.
They did, but then they made new ones, and I'm not kidding. They made new ones. I was like,
and he's even more whiny. I'm sure that was a terrible.
Even the grandma's voice was terrible.
And how that could be. Was that on PBS for crying out loud?
It's a book. I think it's a book.
The network that brought us Mr. Rogers. I think it's a book
too.
Okay. All Caillou does is complain,
and he has no
gets
hair.
His way.
What happened?
It's like Veruca. Is it Veruca?
I know what you're talking about. From
whatever. You know what I'm saying. It's just like her. I want it.
Yeah, from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's like the male version of that. Ugh.
Yeah. It's so
teaching
bad.
Kids to just be whining until they get their way.
But I mean, he was supposedly learning a lesson, I think. But it was just hard to just pay attention to it. It was terrible.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
And the voice.
Terrible. Oh. Yeah, he calls him Caillou. My nail fell off, by the way. You want to see my... Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. It almost spit her wine out. For those of you who can't see.
Did you lose a nail mid podcast?
No, it fell off before this, but...
Well, do you have
possibly, but they're getting to the end. This is the end. Yeah. What's really funny is, so for those of you who can't see, I put on some, not Lee, but press-on nails. Me and Diana had a whole thing about this.
They're all
my middle finger, actually on this one too, the middle finger fell off. And I told Donovan, I was like, my middle finger fell off. And I was like, the other one, I was like, obviously I'm using it a little too much. But bump. Okay.
Oh boy. How many did you get a few days out of them?
Not with this, but yeah, these have been on since, they basically have been really good. 9, what do I have? 10 fingernails, 80% awesome, right? 90% until this
awesome.
day.
Well, you have them on for about 5 days, maybe?
Sunday, right? I think I did it Sunday. Yeah. So.
Okay. So your 5th day. Yeah.
They said 7 on the thing, about 7.
Yeah.
I swear my mom got 2 weeks out of them, but who knows? I might be able to, if I can find one.
I don't know if your mom's wearing gloves all the time. But we talked about this, how
she doesn't wash her hands, like she's at home all day. And so she's not washing her hands 50 million times. She might get more working with children.
We're constantly cleaning our offices, our houses. But I think
they're fun.
Yeah, I have some. I was going to maybe put them on for tomorrow.
Kiss and press.
Yeah, get yourself some Impress. Some Kiss and Press. I'm also hearing the Olivia brand, Olivia and June, or
Olive and June.
Olivia,
is it Olive and June? I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
My mom bought OPI ones.
I might have to
recently.
I might have to,
compare and well, I have issues, as you know. I know this is not very exciting to people, but I have long nail beds, and I had some issues finding my ring finger, especially nail, because the length would work, but the width would be too wide. And I also.
You had to get the medium.
I got medium length because of that, but it doesn't change the width though. That's what was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I have longer not only long nail beds, but longer nails. And I even did cut them. They grew this week. Anyway. Yeah. So I wanted to show you that.
Good for you. Yeah.
And, I guess
you should just put the sparkly ones on.
Well, I did put the sparkly one on this middle finger. I had it on these two because that's what fit it. The sparkly.
On your ring finger?
No, it's what I had to go by what fit it. But the ones with like the diamonds on it, by the way, these came, not that I really wanted that. They came with, I didn't care. I'm like, if it fits me, I don't care if it has a gemstone on it. The gemstone one looks like they were made for a baby. I was like, who fits into this? It seems like such a waste of money. I was like, what was I going to say? Off the topic of Abbott Elementary, somebody somewhere, right? Say something somewhere. Somebody somewhere, starting up again, April 23rd. Finally.
Nice.
Very excited for that. Too. It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, watch season 1 right now. You will not be disappointed.
Recommend it. You'll be,
and they're short episodes, so you'll just like
totally
watch them all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you
Bye.
soon. All right.